Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another GT Sport drift setup. Now what I wanted to do was move on to these Group 1 cars, because after the success of the 1000 subscriber competition that I put together, a lot of you were impressed by Markep's run with the 787B, so I figured that would be the perfect place to start. Now these Group 1 cars can be a little bit of a mixed bag, but the 787B is definitely one of the better ones to use. So if you've got one in your garage, now's the time to get it out, and you're not going to need much in the way of mileage points, so there's no real excuse here not to at least give it a go. It does, however, have its quirks, which you'd really expect from this class of vehicle. If you're taking it too fast into a corner, the downforce really does hinder you considerably, and you're having to use the handbrake a lot to initiate the drift. And also at very, very low speeds, it has a nasty tendency to just spin out when you least expect it. Throttle control is definitely your biggest friend. There are going to be times when you need as much power as possible, so you're going to be holding it down, but the vast majority of the time I found myself just blipping the throttle and using the steering to keep myself in the direction I needed to go. See how you go with it. Like I say, I think you'll find this a little bit easier than you might have expected, and hopefully I'll see a few more of you out in the lobbies using the Group 1 cars. As always, just use the settings I'm giving you here as a base. You may want to adapt them slightly for your own style, but this is exactly the setup I've used to make this video, and I found it pretty consistent throughout. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of these videos in the future. Drop me a comment down below to let me know what you think of this build, and also if there's anything else you'd like to see me doing. And give the video a like, it really helps them grow when you do. I'll take you over to the settings now, where I can explain this build a little bit further. So with the Mazda here, I did actually say you would need only a few mileage points. You don't actually need any at all. What I've done here is left the power on level 1 and dropped it down slightly to 94%, which leaves you 743 brake horsepower. Weight reduction wise, again, I've left that on level 1 there and dropped it all the way to the bottom at 96%, which is going to leave you 796 kilograms. Traction control for this build is set to 0, and I've got comfort hard tyres both front and rear. Brake balance is set to 0. Ride height, again, just lowered as far as it will go there, so 55 on the front and 70 on the back. Natural frequency is on 4 and 4. The anti-roll bar is on 7 on the front and 4 on the back. Compression is 55 both front and rear, and rebound is 85 front and rear. Now camber angle and toe angle are quite important for this build, so the camber angle on the front there is set to 3 and on the rear is set to 1, and the toe angle on the front is set out to 0.6 and in 0.2 on the back. Downforce is down to as low as it can possibly go as well, just try and alleviate any issues you're going to get with that as much as possible anyway. So take that down to 800 on the front and 1350 on the back. The differential, the initial torque is set to 10, the acceleration sensitivity is set to 40, and the braking sensitivity is set to 40. And with the transmission, I've set that to fully customized. Got a max speed of 168 miles per hour. And I can't remember if I actually adjusted any of these, so I'll just leave this on the screen now so you can take those numbers down if you need them. If you've got the unit set up in your game to kilometers per hour, this is going to look a little bit different to what you're going to see. But if you just go onto Google and look for a converter for miles per hour to kilometers per hour and type in the numbers you see here, that should then just bring up all the correct numbers that you'll need to input into your game. I really hope you enjoy the 787B. It is a lot of fun once you get to grips with it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll leave you with some more footage of me messing around with the car, and I'll see you all on the next one.